Hi, my name is Yazan Ibrahim, also known as Yazan Abu Ghosh. Today we will talk about Chapter 2, Part A, IT Governance 2.7, Maturity Models. The journey of IT governance within an organization often mirrors the process of cultivating a well-tended garden. Every aspect requires thoughtful planning, consistent care, periodic assessment, and the flexibility to adapt to changing conditions. To understand IT governance, we must explore the tools, strategies, and frameworks that ensure the organization's processes run efficiently and deliver maximum value over time. Two key components in this journey are quality management strategies and process maturity models, which provide the foundation for growth and continuous improvement. Imagine a large, thriving enterprise as a bustling ecosystem of interdependent systems, policies, procedures, and technologies. For the ecosystem to function optimally, it needs defined processes that are not only effective but also efficient. These processes serve as the veins and roots of the ecosystem, channeling resources and energy to support the organizational structure. However, processes, like plants and trees, do not thrive on their own. They must be continually nurtured, evaluated, and improved. This is where the discipline of quality management comes into play, a discipline that ensures IT strategies, policies, and standards not only keep pace with the dynamic needs of the organization, but also deliver tangible, measurable outcomes. Performance measurement becomes the sunlight that guides this growth. Organizations need to monitor how their resources are being used to execute tasks efficiently and to deliver meaningful IT services to the business. But sunlight alone doesn't guarantee healthy growth. What the organization really needs is a framework that allows it to evaluate the maturity of its processes. Such a framework acts like a roadmap, clarifying where the organization is now and where it needs to go to improve. This is where process maturity, models like the Capability Maturity Model Integration, CMM1, and the Initiating, Diagnosing, Establishing, Acting, and Learning, IDEAL, model step into the picture. A vital set of tools to help organizations understand and elevate the quality of their IT governance practices. The Power of Maturity, Capability Maturity Model, Integration, CMM1. To fully grasp the importance of the Capability Maturity Model integration, picture a five-level staircase that organizations climb as they mature in their ability to manage and improve processes. Each step represents a level of accomplishment, a step closer to achieving excellence in strategy execution and service delivery. This staircase, however, wasn't initially built to serve IT governance alone. The roots of this model lie in software project management. When software processes became more intertwined with other disciplines like systems engineering and product development, CMMY emerged as an integrated approach, combining these varied practices into a unified structure. CMMI introduces several modern practices that align with the constantly evolving world of software development. While older models, such as the original Capability Maturity Model, CMM, were more rigid and often deeply tied to traditional waterfall development approaches, CMM1 offers organizations a more flexible and iterative methodology, embracing practices such as early architecture definition and component-based development. Think of it as trading the painstaking process of blueprinting every detail of a building for a more iterative design process that allows for real-time feedback and adjustment as new structures are developed. Take, for example, iterative development, a hallmark of CMMY's alignment with modern practices. Imagine a team building a city brick by brick, revisiting earlier structures to strengthen or modify them as they work forward. This contrasts with the old waterfall approach, akin to attempting to master plan the entire city with no room to revisit earlier designs later on. Through iterative development, organizations ensure that their IT processes are not only adaptable but also scalable. At its core, CMMI is more than just a measurement tool. It's a framework organizations use to create scalable processes, assess the health of change management, and ensure that their information systems infrastructure operates at its greatest potential. When implemented effectively, it transforms organizations into finely tuned instruments, optimizing resource management while ensuring that IT services align closely with business objectives. Shaping success through the ideal model. Now, how does an organization tackle the actual transformation of its processes to align with CMM1 or other maturity frameworks? This is where the ideal model comes into play. Think of ideal as a structured journey map for software process improvement, a guide for turning aspirations into measurable, actionable changes. Developed by the Software Engineering Institute at Carnegie Mellon University, the ideal model divides this improvement journey into five distinct phases: initiating, diagnosing, establishing, acting, and learning. Let's break these phases down into a story of transformation. 1. Initiating. Imagine you are faced with a sprawling and disorganized library. The first step would be to define your goals. Is your aim to alphabetize the books, categorize them by genre, or digitize cataloging altogether? The initiating phase is all about understanding the why behind process improvement and securing the resources and commitment needed to fuel the endeavor. 2. Diagnosing. After setting your vision, it's time to assess where things currently stand. You walk through the library, observing which shelves are in disarray, noting gaps in your cataloging system, and identifying books that haven't been touched in years. In the diagnosing phase, organizations analyze their existing processes, determine what's working, and pinpoint areas ripe for improvement. 3. Establishing. With a clear understanding of the library's state, you now define how you'll reorganize. Maybe you decide to invest in color-coded labels for genres or create a central catalog accessible through a sleek mobile app. This phase involves detailed planning and laying the foundation for implementation, deciding which solutions will bring the vision to life. 4. Acting. This is the most dynamic phase where planning becomes reality. You and your team dive headfirst into the task of reorganizing shelves, applying labels, and implementing the systems you've envisioned. The same holds true for organizations adopting the ideal model. They act on their plans, focusing on execution and solving challenges as they arise. 5. Learning. The last step involves pausing to evaluate your efforts. Was reorganizing the library successful? Are your users happy with the new cataloging system? How could you improve further? Similarly, this phase enables organizations to observe the outcomes of their process improvements, reflect on lessons learned, and incorporate newfound insights into future projects. Just as the ideal model touches on every phase of improvement, its real power lies in how it fosters continuous growth. By design, the process doesn't end after the initial cycle. It loops back, evolving alongside the organization's changing needs. Unified growth through quality tools and processes. In the grander context of IT governance, both the CMM1 and ideal models are part of a broader ecosystem of quality tools, techniques, and processes, TTPs. These aren't standalone mechanisms. They're woven into the fabric of modern organizations to improve how enterprise IT policies and procedures are developed, implemented, and measured. Standards such as these become the bedrock of reliability and success because they encourage organizations to establish benchmarks and follow best practices consistently. For an IS auditor, understanding these frameworks is paramount. Maturity models give them invaluable insights into the organization's strength and resilience, highlighting areas where greater value can be realized. They become key players in fostering transformation and ensuring that IT systems not only align with business strategies, but actively drive organizational success. In the end, whether it's the staircase-like structure of CM1 or the flexible roadmap provided by Ideal, maturity models act as critical guides in taming the often chaotic, ever-evolving world of IT governance. They help organizations cultivate processes that don't just support their goals, but proactively lead them into the future, adapting at every turn and standing strong against time's unpredictability. And just like tending that garden, the journey is ongoing. Every process, every policy, every strategy must evolve to meet tomorrow's challenges. Thank you for watching, and as always, continue learning. Stay curious, and we'll see you next video.